when she is in grief. Praise be to the God and the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion and the God of all comfort. 2 Corinthians 1:3. She is intelligent. Anyone would agree that she is a great person. She is a blessed woman who has enjoyed and experienced so much in her life and has so much to offer. To her, who had not experienced so much sorrow and frustration, the death of her husband was such great pain and despair. She reeled at the funeral from the unbearable sorrow. As I heard her hand, she asked me, "What should I do at times like this? I cannot think at all." She had not been able to eat or drink anything. I suggested her to eat and drink first to pull herself together. She nodded and took a sip of warm water. She also ate in order to gain some energy. She kept weeping and wiping tears even while eating. Her clenched fists were often shaking. I told her, "Jesus told us not to be sad, for sadness does not belong to Jesus. Ask him to deliver you from your sorrow. Then he will help you overcome your grief." She then asked, "Will the grief that is about to burst my heart disappear if I pray?" "Yes, it will. There is nothing more harmful to our health than sorrow. And there is no better remedy than prayer for a depressed, sad, and despairing heart." She blankly stared into space. I never expected she would experience the comfort from God when I told her to pray during such a short talk with her. After I left, she genuinely prayed to God, and he immediately answered her prayer. The deep mire of grief disappeared at once. An amazing peace filled her heart. How am I able to be in such peace? This must be the answer to my prayer. By the power and strength from the Lord, she could successfully handle all the funeral details. People with deep wounds in their heart usually try to avoid people or places that may remind them of their difficult times. It is unbearable for them to just think about those times. When a sick person passes away while they are at Seoram Shinto together with their spouse, the spouse usually never comes back to Seoram Shinto to visit. They do not wish to let others see them alone now or be reminded of the painful moments. However, she was different. Since she knew how to overcome her grief, she came back to Seoram Shinto. She traveled nearly 2 hours every weekend to attend the church. At times, she would weep quietly from the sorrow that welled up in her heart. The words of comfort or consolation from men worked. It rather helps to just be there silently. True consolation comes only from Jesus. I cannot imagine how I would have borne the sorrow. Even now, there are times when the waves of grief strike me. In those times, I call upon Jesus with all my soul and might in order to think only about God. Then, miraculously, the sorrow goes away and I can feel his peace in my heart. There is a saying that a man grows as much as he suffers. She realized that it was not an educational background or social position that was necessary to build a relationship with God. She learned that the true greatness is to give up unworldly things in order to invite God to dwell in her heart. That was the true humbleness. Had I not experienced such pain and sorrow, I would have never believed in God. Since I had never gone through the difficulties other people experience, I could have never imagined what it is like to have pity on others and care for them. I now understand a little about what it means to behold Jesus and cast all my worries and burdens upon him. When my mind gets weak for a moment, I become disheartened again, as I ask why such a sad thing happened to me. Every time I feel despair, Jesus gives me power to stand back up when I make up my mind not to give in to the sorrow and call upon Jesus. Now, I know that beholding the face of the Lord means to choose him and keep him in my mind. She is changing. She secretly gives offerings to gratitude to the Lord and tries to do all the hard and tough tasks for others. Because she personally experienced overcoming pain and sorrow, she is now able to teach people in pain how to be truly comforted and consoled. She can now tell others about the wonderful works the Lord has done for her soul.